20th, my husband was having a second craniotomy for glioblastoma brain cancer.
Yeah, because I just lost a baby. I was 3 months pregnant and I lost a baby.
So I understand helping others is important.
Just so you can understand.
Because they had cut my check. Because my son was recently killed.
My son's father was murdered 2 years ago, and then I lost my house a year and a half ago.
A lot of those ways, running away from somebody that used to chase me with my daughter.
Do you remember driving the car?
Well, I think I made that right turn about maybe 300 times from May. I know on the 20th, my husband was having a second craniotomy for glioblastoma brain cancer.
A woman was issued a ticket for making 2 red violations on 2 different streets. She now stands before Judge Caprio to find out what her fate will be regarding the law she broke. Let's hop right in.
It's okay, I'm just...
Don't be nervous.
My husband passed away not long ago, so just...
Kimberly,
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at the video. I'm not going to look at the video.
It's okay.
That's a really heartbreaking story. Miss Kimberly has definitely been through a lot. Even her voice is pretty shaky as she speaks. She said she's not sure if she was driving on the alleged day she made one of the violations, because her mom was also around. But she mentions that she makes the turn onto that street a lot, so it might have been her.
I just happen to have $20 on me, so I just want to give it to maybe a single mom or so. I was a single mom for years before I met my husband, so maybe somebody here could use this. So can I just give it to you? Is that okay? Can I do that?
You can do that.
Okay.
And this is why Judge Caprio is the best judge ever. He tells Miss Kimberly that he's not going to look at the video of the violation, and based on what she's been through, it's only right to dismiss the case. And dismiss the case he did. He's such a compassionate man. But the story's not over yet. What the woman says next would move you to tears.
Number 1, that you were a loving wife. And number 2, you have a great, 3 things. And number 3, you have a great family.
I do.
And also you have a good heart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck.
If everyone showed this amount of kindness and encouragement, the world would definitely be a better place. Judge Caprio said that he would use the money she donated to pay for someone's ticket in her name, but she said no, he should do it in her husband's name instead. They've both got hearts of gold, and it's lovely to see.
For Kimberly to be so selfless that she thinks about the well-being of others while she herself is grieving shows a strength of character that not only honors her late husband, it also leaves me speechless.
Miss Kimberly is definitely a strong woman. Thinking of the well-being of others while you yourself are having a tough time, it's a beautiful attribute which a lot more people could learn from.
They told me that I could park in the streets. I've been parking there for the month, and then on June, I think it was like July the 15th, they just started giving tickets.
Right.
My car is still parking in the street, and I haven't gotten a ticket.
This episode would leave you in tears. A woman, Miss Jacqueline, is in court because she has been issued a ticket for parking somewhere she wasn't supposed to while driving. Let's check it out and find out more about her and the offense that she committed.
I was 3 months pregnant and I lost a baby, so my friends will come in and visit me just to keep me like up-notch. I've been very depressed over the loss of my baby because I only have one child and she's 17. And she asked me to have a kid since she was 9.
That's just really sad. Miss Jacqueline said that the past few years have been really difficult for her because she just lost a baby who was 3 months old. Now, I don't know about you, but women who've gone through the pain of losing their kid are the strongest people in my books.
What about these other tickets? Are you going to be paying for them as well?
I'm being honest. They're my friends, and they were there for me, so I told them that I would take care of it.
Miss Jacqueline has a heart of gold, and it's so beautiful to see. Judge Caprio asked her about the other tickets and if she'd be paying for those as well. Her reply convinced me of how much of an amazing person she is to her friends.
They both have sent in a check for $100 and asked me to use it for someone who I think is worthy. So I'm going to use their generosity to pay for your fines. I'm going to reduce the fines to $200.
Thank you.
Judge Caprio saves the day again. Well, he and amazing people from Illinois and Minnesota with good hearts. He said, having heard Miss Jacqueline's story, that the ordinary thing could be to reduce the amount for her by a bit, but he doesn't have it in his heart to do so. He's such a compassionate man.
Come up here. I want to give you a hug. Come up here. Come up here.
Thank you so much.
Come here. Things will get better for you.
And that was just so sweet. Take a look at the surprising thing that Judge Caprio did after he gave his verdict. It was beautiful.
I was aware of the parking tickets, but not the speeding and red lights.
What do you want to tell me about the parking tickets there?
I know the parking ticket, the ticket meter, I think it was. I literally,
2 of these parking tickets are overnight parking tickets.
Imagine being issued tickets because you've got 8 violations altogether. That's right, 8. 2 speeding violations, 3 red light violations, and 3 parking tickets. Crazy, right? Well, let's get into it.
I'm going to help you to get this fine paid with those donations, which means that you're going to leave today, okay, and take care of your child and try to get your life back together.
If she's got no job, then paying for these tickets and violations would be extremely difficult for her. Also, she looks really emotional and tries to stop herself from crying in front of the judge. She said she doesn't have her own permanent address yet, and she's a single mom living with her kid at her sister's place. Well, you wouldn't believe what Judge Caprio says next.
Your fine is $250 with the understanding, don't come back.
agreed.
As I understand, the overnight parking, I understand that. I really do understand that. You know, it's a complicated situation.
Basically, he said, don't break the cycle. Since you've been helped in court by generous people, do the right thing and help other people as well. Such a kind judge, wouldn't you agree? He also tells the woman that she should make sure that she doesn't break any more rules that would result in her coming back to the court. Take a look at this.
Can you prosecute those tickets?
No, Your Honor, not from 04, 05. We won't even have copies of those, Your Honor.
Those matters are going to be dismissed.
I wasn't aware of them. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Well,
Thank you.
The issue isn't whether you are aware.
Check this one out. A woman's in court for violating a number of rules, which, among other things, resulted in her getting 5 tickets that date back to over a decade ago and 4 tickets recently. Let's check it out.
The one on 11-1, I went to Social Security because they had cut my check. Because my son was recently killed last year. So they cut my check because he had owed money.
Who?
My son was killed.
Barely a minute into this video, and I've already heard the most heartbreaking thing. The woman said that when she got one of those tickets, she went to Social Security because they had cut her check. She also added the reason why her check was cut, and you'd not believe this one.
Mind you, he won possession of the apartment, so I had to move. So I got a ticket, he won possession of the apartment. Then I get another one because I tried to go to the legal services to try to get help.
She's definitely gone through it. Sad things also happened to her the other days that she got the tickets. Take a look at some of the things that she went through and how she got the tickets.
I wish I would have got my brother that night and he wouldn't have killed my son. That's why my son's gone. And I'm just really having a tough time, Your Honor.
The woman said that the mix-up about the Social Security was because they said he owed $75 of overpayment from May. But from what she said in court, her son was already deceased that month. So they stopped her check until she went in to solve the issue. Imagine dealing with the death of your child and also having to worry about Social Security issues too. It could be pretty overwhelming.
I'm going to reduce this to $50. How much time do you need to pay it?
I have it on me now.
All right. That's not going to leave you without any money, is it?
I'll leave it with $5.
Judge Caprio's a really amazing judge, and if we really look at it, after going through quite a number of unpleasant things in 1 year, it seems like she just needs a break and needs some help or kindness being shown to her. It's so beautiful that Judge Caprio is able to do that.
So far, you've had 2 dismissed, so you feel lucky so far?
I do.
You do? Sometimes your luck runs out, you know.
Well, I'm glad I have this little bit right now.
Well, you may get double luck today.
I've had a rough 2 years.
In this episode, a woman's in court for speeding in a school zone. Judge Caprio already dismissed 2 of her tickets because she wasn't doing over 31 miles. Thank goodness for that. Well, let's check it out.
What happened to your son's father?
He got murdered almost 2 years ago on Branch Ave.
How old was your son?
He's 3 now, but he was only 1 years old when he passed.
She has really had a tough couple of years. Her husband was murdered 2 years ago, and on top of that, she lost her house to the bank a year and a half ago. I feel really bad for her, and her kid would unfortunately have to grow up without a father for the rest of his life.
I'm imposing a fine of $150.
Okay.
You're not going to have to pay it. The fine is going to be paid from what we call the Philomena Fund. The Philomena Fund is named after my mother. It consists of donations that are sent to this court.
I think at this point, it's pretty clear that Judge Caprio is not only a compassionate judge, but also an admirable human being generally. The woman's fine was supposed to be $150, but he surprised everyone, especially the woman. Take a look at this.
The winds of change are beginning.
I'm hoping I can carry that with me.
I think it's the collective wish of everyone in the courtroom
Yes.
that you carry that with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Isn't that the nicest thing? Is she definitely needs a break in life. I wish her well.
Gladys, what do you do? Do you work?
Yes, I work for a staffing agency. I'm a recruiter. My explanation to those tickets, I dealt with a domestic violence relationship.
This episode will blow your mind. A young woman's in court for violating 9 rules, 9 red light violations, and speeding. That's a lot of violations, so let's hop right in.
You only have one child?
Yeah.
Okay. And,
And the other one, from the other plate, I had registered a car.
well, wait a minute. I'm still trying to determine why you would go through.
Definitely wasn't expecting that. She said that she was in an abusive relationship, and many of the red lights she hit were because she was running away with her daughter from the person abusing her. That's just really heart-wrenching. I feel bad for her.
I can understand you're going through some difficulty in life, so we're going to try to help you out. Okay? There are in this country, in this world, some very generous people and some very compassionate and understanding people. And I receive correspondence from all over the world every week.
After going through the videos, Inspector Quinn said that many of the traffic violations she made didn't seem to corroborate her story. Guess she was just going through a lot then.
So I'm going to use those 3 checks, and that comes to $225. So you're going to owe $125. Okay?
Can I give you a hug?
Come on up here.
This is just really emotional to watch. Judge Caprio, as usual, saves the day, and with the help of amazing and generous individuals from all over the world, well over half of what she owes was paid off. Isn't that just the kindest thing? I'm really happy for her.